My name is Seth, and Mrs. Mind Your Biz is not with me this morning, and in honor of her not being in the room with me, well, we haven't lit up the backdrop because she's the one that lights up the room, literally and figuratively. So, I'm kind of sad about that, but without further ado, let's jump straight into the Fear and Greed Index. Mama Biz is doing some errands for the family right now, and she lined up some great content. Y'all excited? Let me know. Smash that like, and be sure that you are subscribed with notifications turned on. If you don't have the bell icon indicated so it shows all, then you're not going to see everything that comes out of the Mind Your Biz channel. So do be sure that you're supporting in that way. Every click counts, but the Mind Your Biz community, your clicks might count for a little bit more. I don't know what it is about the algorithm, but your clicks might actually count for more. So go ahead and smash all those buttons. Make sure, and this is one of those few times where being a button masher is a good thing, right? It's not like video games where you're gonna get clowned by somebody because you're not clicking all the right buttons at the right time. No. And this is me literally tweeting right now live as we go. But let me get that Fear and Greed Index score of 60. And here we go. There's the tweet. Bad policy, bad U.S. policy forcing crypto offshore. And that's the question of the day. We're going to address that in all of today's content. So do be sure that you are sharing the link as we go. Again, as you are interacting, as I see those comments come in, I will be reading them. Gandalf Gray says, yo, catching it live, finally. It sounds like we need to go a little bit earlier in the morning, actually, Gandalf. We've got a little bit of a difficulty with one of our kids that needs to be dropped off at school. There's no bus for one of our kids. And yes, our kids are in public school. We do not do private school. We've either unschooled, homeschooled, or we've gone with public school. We figure if you're going to get them around the general population, just go all the way to the deep end, give them the experience to figure out what it's like being around kids that are from all walks of life, and then sort through the lessons that they learn when they come home. But Automatic Pete says, good morning, miners. Hey, thank you so much for that. We might have a chance to go through a little bit of our portfolio as well. Hey, I see those likes pouring in. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for sharing the media. But again, score of 60 back up from yesterday. That tells me we probably have a change in the charts. And yes, we do. A couple of green candle days over on the Bitcoin chart. Have we broken out of the range of this channel that I defined with the chopsticks? No, we haven't. I am not a technician. This is not technical analysis. This is not the technical analysis hour that you tune in on YouTube to get better understanding of all the like how to set your fib levels or how to use, learning Elliott wave theory or whatever it is you think is important in TA. I'm here to tell you that you can have a working knowledge of how to just look at a chart, check in to see where Bitcoin has gone over the last couple of days, and at least have some idea of how to put something on a chart so that you yourself are, bare minimum, informed. But this is not financial advice. This is not meant to be investing advice. Do your own research or you will get wrecked. That said, you know what? I'm going to turn the lights on now. Anyway, and Mama Biz, who knows? Maybe she'll join us. Maybe she won't, but maybe she'll join us. I don't know where everybody came from, but thank you so much for sharing the link. Gandalf Gray says, well, it's just because I'm at work, stupid day job, getting in the way of crypto knowledge. I hear you. You know what you should do, Gandalf Gray? You should DM me on Twitter and ask, hey, where could I get a job placement with my current skill set in crypto? They exist. Been living that dream for the last year and a half, 2 years, and it is very liberating, my friend, to be paid to get informed. So, but I'm bringing it here to you at no charge. This is just my pleasure to give back to the community and, as a public service announcement, share what I'm learning as I go. Hashrate.io is a tool that you can use, miners, to figure out how to get the best alpha from the systems that you've already bought, that you've already got in production right now. So bookmark this, hashrate.io. I do not get paid to say that. They're not a channel sponsor. I don't even know who runs the site. It could literally be people who are based in a country that's not friendly with the United States right now. I don't know. So there's a little bit of a risk of me recommending this tool, but it's a very useful tool. So use it. In my opinion, use it. Maybe have ad block on. Let me quickly, let's see if this picks it up. No, unfortunately, the way I have my window set up right now in OBS, it's not picking up the drop down on uBlock Origin. So I see. I'm just going to take a look real fast. There's the Coinzilla tag, the apsha.prm, ctengine.io, cookie that's being blocked, or on-page script that's being blocked. Google syndication is being blocked, and then the Google Tag Manager I'm blocking as well. So yeah, there's some things I'm blocking, but it doesn't appear, at least it's not in a database for uBlock Origin. I don't see anything else malicious running on the site. That said, I'm not running like Ghost Script or any other more in-depth tools that would help block more on-page activity. And I haven't turned off JavaScript in my browser because, I'm trying to show off some of the tools that are available on these sites. So the Deadwood says, hey, good morning, Mom and Papa Biz family. Hey, you know what? Mama Biz is away from the desk right now. She just lined up some great content. I had to bring it to y'all. It's relatively fast, but the upshot is, yes, the USA, it appears to be driving crypto offshore. Why would they do that? Why would they make the international community more competitive for their best and their brightest? Why would they force their best and brightest to leave the United States, or at least form their businesses outside of the United States? Because if you're smart, if you're among the best and brightest, you're going to figure out a way to form your business entities and have your business interests offshore while still enjoying the protections and all of the benefits of being a U.S. citizen. Wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you earn your best potential or live your best life professionally by working internationally and then just stay where you want to live, like live where you want to live? Seems like that's what a smart person would do. So I'm sure smart people are already doing that. Let's start with the top news story. Senator Elizabeth Warren, that's next actually, but the war on crypto, the SEC is charging another company. I apologize. We'll get to Elizabeth Warren in just a minute. She's a piece of work, as are so many of our senators, unfortunately, here in the United States. I wish we could work with better people. Unfortunately, we just haven't been able to yet. But apparently there is a new, it's called Beaxy, right? So this is an exchange. It's an overall platform, but an exchange. Oh my gosh, never. There we go. It's an exchange. Apparently they failed to register as a national securities exchange. National Securities Exchange, broker, and clearing agency, resulting in a violation of the exchange laws or securities laws. So now they're being charged. It's just another case of regulation through enforcement action. And it would be a lot better if they just gave clarification, right? When people ask and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. SEC, what are we doing wrong? What could we be doing wrong? Tell them. Tell them what the clear rules are. Gary Gensler seems to think that no more clarification of the law is necessary, that there's enough clarification to just move forward and then continue doing the enforcement that he's been doing. But it's a fact that Library asked for clarification before they launched. And then post-launch, they continued to reach out to the SEC and received no answers. So one of them is lying. Either the letters that Library wrote and has documented are fictitious, they don't really exist, or Gary Gensler is full of shit. It can't be both. It has to be one or the other. I'm inclined to believe that Library, documenting all those letters that they wrote to the SEC, are telling the truth, and that Gary is the one that's, not telling the truth. You tell me what you think in the comments. Sorry to drop a little SHIT bomb on you there, but some people just merit that, and some people are genuinely full of it. I think that Gary is one of those who is genuinely full of dookie. All right, so let's jump back into what we got here. But Beaxy, they've been charged now. So is this because of the lack of clarity, or is it because they actually did fail to register based on very clear rules? I think it's more likely that they just didn't even know exactly what the classification was in terms of being a national securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency, or it's because they just didn't quite put things in order for their U.S. dealings. This is a difficult thing for international companies in the crypto ecosystem. But let's move on to Senator Elizabeth Warren. Man, I know you're not supposed to say this as a guy, but doesn't she have such a punchable face? If you were an old lady, wouldn't you want to square up with this one? Wouldn't you want to? Wouldn't you want to be like, oh, you chose the wrong one, right? You chose the wrong American ladies, and you'd want cat fight, right? Isn't she the one? Doesn't she just scream that? Hi, I want other women to walk, to square up and just, a little poke right to the jaw. Bam. right on the chin. Boom. Glass jaw right there. It's just infuriating. Anyway, the uninformed, the wide eyes, right? The whole like, dang. Broke Oshi, that's a brilliant question. What the heck? And Flat Smack is in the chat, says it's all about protecting the magical money printer. I know, right? They call what we have magical internet money. No, it's not. It's not nothing magic about it. It's mathemagical, right? We got mathemagical internet money. They got straight up. Yeah, magic behind their numbers. There's no math at all that does that. Broke Oshi, yes, says smash the like to square up on Lizzie Warren. Right? All the ladies in the chat. No, wait, I can't. If I ask for all the ladies in the chat to hit like, we'll get no more likes. So, hey, dudes, too. If you were a lady, would you square up? Would you throw down? Would you help put this insane person back in their place? Would you beat some sense into them? I think you would. If you were a lady and, you had the traditional rules of engagement. I think she lives in California, so it's literally, it's actually legal to just, like, challenge somebody in the street, and if they accept it, you can actually fist fight. You can't go beyond that. Fists, right? You go beyond that, grab a stick or whatever from the ground, throw rocks at them, pull out a deadly weapon. No, there are clear limitations to that. But you could actually in California walk up if you were a lady and be like, hey, lady, you want a box? And she could say yes, and you could do it. I think maybe she needs more of these kinds of challenges in her life because Elizabeth Warren, nobody believes you've ever fought for anything a day in your damn life. All right. She's saying, I'm in this fight to put our government on the side of working families. And she's calling it an army, building an anti-crypto army. Not happy with it. Yeah, not happy at all with what she's building, right? I'm building an army to fight the coming red wave of crypto. Wait, hold on. How are you characterizing crypto as a bad thing? Used to be a red wave, but now y'all are socialist, like leaning towards communism. I don't even get it. So anyway, I'm not happy with the way that she's framing it, but let's get to the real point. What does this mean for businesses in the United States? It means that they're going to go elsewhere. Denmark's in on it too. Bitcoin's profits are taxable, says the Denmark Supreme Court. They've kind of been going a weird direction for a while. But apparently they say selling Bitcoin carries a tax liability. Once you sell, create a taxable event, it's kind of generally understood anywhere you go that you are generating capital gains and that may be taxable. You know what? I'm not a fan of it. I wish it would go away. Certainly federal income tax would go away, but capital gains, I guess I don't see that big of an issue with it. As soon as we reform those taxes, make them clear and set better standards there. Would I prefer that most of those taxes just go away because a lot of them are unconstitutional here in the United States? Yes. But in Denmark, they tax so much already. If they could have clarification there for just capital gains versus the broad sweeping income taxes, maybe that's a good thing for them, right? Maybe it is. I don't know Denmark law well enough or the way of life in Denmark well enough. But the point is, this is another country that is driving crypto innovation away, certainly by way of investing. If you can't invest in Bitcoin without worrying that you're going to get like mega taxed out the butt when you finally sell it, you're probably going to go somewhere else. And is that just me? Am I the only person that thinks this way? Tell me, sound off in the chat. Belarus, our old friends. Okay, we're not really friends with Belarus. Nobody's friends with Belarus. Not even Russia is really friends with Belarus. That's just kind of an uneasy tension. But Belarus says crypto firms can operate tax-free until 2025. What does this mean for crypto firms? It means that obviously they're going to take advantage of that taxability right there. So 2025, mark your calendars. We're going to see a bunch of crypto companies go set up shop in Belarus for the next year or 2 years. They might not decide to stay after the point at which it becomes taxable, their operations. So like their payroll and everything else they have to handle there. But they see the writing on the wall. And the irony, we used to attract expats and political refugees from some of these areas of the world, Belarus and Russia, and now they're going to attract our best and brightest over there through low taxes. Can you imagine being an American citizen and actually considering, you know what, maybe I should set up a business over in Belarus? What? But they're creating the environment that is friendly towards setting up that business. So somebody's going to do it. The question is who? Well, I mean, that has yet to be seen exactly who's going to take them up on this. But that's at least one option that for the next year to 18 months, you will be able to operate tax-free as a business operating in the crypto sector. But they're not the only ones. Thailand is already starting to strip down its former restrictions on ICOs. Of all things, ICOs. They're trying to make it legal to launch ICOs. I mean, aren't ICOs dead? Didn't that go away in like 2018? Early 2019, latest? ICOs are still a thing. Yeah, they are now in Thailand again. Because their SEC is going to pull down any of the penalties that would have been a problem for you in that territory. So, I mean, it seems almost unbelievable, but here we are again with the, with ICOs back in full effect. So who do you think is going to be first to move their business operation to Thailand? Because first off, Thailand is amazing. I only ever hear good things about people who expat to Thailand. They love the culture. They love being able to live in a place where the cost of living is relatively low. It's a beautiful area, very similar to sort of like, island culture. If you're used to island culture, right, then in any of like the South Pacific or whatever else, then you're going to be kind of used to the way that life is lived in Thailand. And then, of course, there's actual culture, right? There's ancient Southeast Asian culture that you can go benefit from. You got really great cinema coming out of Thailand and coming out of the region, right? There's not like Laotian cinema or whatever else, but there is this rich culture across Southeast Asia with Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos. You have all these other cultures, and they are a little bit unique. And I've only heard good things about people who expat to Thailand. I know a video producer who expatted to Thailand 25 years ago never looked back. He never felt he needed to. Guy's from New York, right? As Jewish as they come. And he's like, nah, you know what? Thailand's pretty awesome. Found himself a wife, has, I think, 2 or 3 kids there, and is living his best life in Thailand. Why wouldn't other people, especially when they know that their version of the SEC is kind of making it more favorable for crypto companies, why wouldn't they move there? I mean, I know this is a strong signal to me that I might want to have a business, at least, formed in Thailand, even if I myself don't expat to that nation. I might want to have a business interest going over there. So that's yet another one. And hey, you know what? Country is almost overregulated, but is starting to show a better inclination towards crypto right now. Japan. I almost can't believe it, but even Japan is improving. Hey, guys, thanks for bringing those likes in. I see that like counter going up. Really appreciate you. Keep them coming, please. Get the likes over 100. And what should I do if they go over 100? I will. Holy cow. What am I getting myself into? It's moving up fast. I don't know what's going on this morning, but I appreciate it. Keep it coming. All right. With Bank of Japan, the Bank of Japan, their boss, hints that CBDCs and stablecoins can coexist. Now, first off, they may be hinting at their own CBDC for the digital yen. And okay, that's fine. But for them to say, just flat out say, stablecoins are okay in the private sector, that's huge. If the Bank of Japan is indicating that that's going to be all right in the way that their system works in Japan, that should help give... Deadwood says push-ups. Well, my camera is not set up to show you push-ups, and I'm not going to adjust it right now. I got a very delicately set up system over here, but I tell you what, I'm also going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific or Eastern. I'm going to be on a Twitter Spaces, so I've got to jump directly from this over to the Twitter Spaces, talk a little more about that. But let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, Bro Koshi calls me on it. Okay, if the stream hits 100 likes, all right, I'm out. Tell you what, I need to start making some tokenized rewards anyway. I'm looking at making a token-gated educational platform where the token is free to mint, like where it doesn't cost anything other than just like the crypto education to get in, and then having some other rewards there. So, yeah. Yeah, I need my Call of Duty. He says, yo, mind your biz. Haven't caught a live stream in a minute. Good to see your face. Good, not God. Yeah, there you go. It's okay, man. God is good, right? There you go. And how much of the time? All the time. There you go. we'll do the call in return there. I've got to say, society is falling to the wayside because not enough people are allowing themselves to live a life of conscience and faith. Yeah, I don't want to denigrate public institutions. I've got a very complicated story myself there, but I still consider myself a person of faith and a faith promoter. I think it's extremely important to believe in something greater than yourself. But let's keep the main thing for today's stream. Bank of Japan, their boss. Hey, we've got that CBDC rollout and stablecoins coexisting. I love the messaging there because in the United States, what we're saying is, well, stablecoins are real bad because look, because investors could get wrecked. Stablecoins bad. Must have CBDC so the Fed can protect you with sound monetary policy. It's like, dude, I don't know what's wrong with everybody here in the United States that operates close to the Fed or in the Senate. But they all seem to believe somehow that the Fed is a good idea and that they protect consumer interests. They don't. They don't at all. A CBDC issued by the Fed would be the worst possible thing. We would need a private sector alternative. We would need a local currency. We would need stablecoins that don't routinely get attacked by the IRS and the CFTC and the whatever else. Ozzy Bogentech says, it's good to see you doing well with all the likes. Appreciate that, Ozzy Bogentech. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support today. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but hey, I'm not mad. Hit that like if you haven't already. Share it if you haven't already. This is critical information about policy that will shape the coming years, actually next couple of years of cryptocurrency, because we are going to see the United States hemorrhage its talent pool in crypto. That's a promise. We are also going to see some pretty amazing things happen in the United States based on those who can survive the harsh regulatory environment, but I don't want to give any spoilers there. I may have my own interests in that. But let's take a look at Bank of Japan doing that. Hong Kong licensing 8 crypto firms by the end of the year. So they're changing their tune, but that's Hong Kong, not China. Hong Kong, not China. Say it with me. Hong Kong is not China. And that's all I got for you today by way of policy. Our portfolio, just want to remind you that these are all the inactive coins that I've kind of like thrown into a bulk portfolio for no reason other than to speculate. They're all inactive. It's happening. They're dying off. But everything we have in our main portfolios, you see a single inactive flag on all those? Nope. How about those? Nope. How about those? Nope. But the junk drawer, we may have 1 or 2. Nope. Even our junk drawer, we got just one that's inactive. So it's not that I'm picking winners. It's that we're taking a look at strong fundamentals. Thank you for being supportive of the channel. Thank you so much for jumping in the way that you did. Really appreciate your support. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.